Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, it is the first video of 2021 and I'm so excited that you're joining me today. I totally did not mean to take such a long break from YouTube, but after I posted my last video, I didn't have anything else filmed and then I took a week off and I was saying like a very strict no work 1 week off. Thank you very much for coming back to my channel and watching this video. I will admit it was very, very nice to have time off, but I'm very glad to be back to work. And yeah, I know that a lot of YouTubers take time off like right after Christmas. So it was slim pickings on YouTube for the last couple of weeks. So hopefully everybody starts ramping up the content again. But today we're doing just basic plant chores. I want to show you, well, maybe not as much plant chores, maybe more so like showing you some updates on the plants, because I have some plants that I brought in from outside that I wanted to show you like how they're doing. But this morning I got a package from Terra Vita, which is a pottery company, my favorite pottery company. They actually made me a custom pot for my Fittonia. And if you aren't familiar, I have a Fittonia that is just like really big, and I didn't have a pot that would be good enough for it. I wanted a pot that was more like a bowl. Let me show you what it looks like right now. So it's in like a shallow pot right now, and it's thirsty. It's doing the flop. Normally it all sits up like this, but anyway, so it's perfect timing because I didn't want to water it right before I repotted it. So it is perfect that I'm getting this right now. Oh my gosh, okay, this is a sweet note from them. Here we go. It is packaged like royalty. Wow. Honestly, this is impressive. My God. This is a mixing bowl. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, so there's a couple of holes at the bottom and the design. This is one of the new designs that I've seen them come out with and I was absolutely obsessed with it. So this is amazing. I am literally so excited. This is gonna be the best upgrade ever for my Fittonia. And if it looks like a little bit too big, it won't be, because this plant has been in a pot that's too small for it. So basically there's like no soil around the roots right now. So that's why it dries out so fast. So this is gonna be absolutely amazing. Like, I'm so excited to have literally a mixing bowl of my favorite plant. This is going to go front and center on my coffee table in my plant room. I'm so excited. Thank you so much to Terra Vita for sending this to me and making it for me. Like, I'm literally so excited. I have a lot of their pottery around my house, so go check them out if you're interested in this style of pottery. Okay, so my original plan for this video was to show you my ficus that I brought back in. Because they're looking okay. And you know what? My fiddle fig is the one that I thought would be really struggling right now, but it's actually the one that's doing the best. Which is like, okay, interesting. So let me turn you around so you can see. It has dropped 0 leaves, although this one looks like it wants to, but it's actually holding on. So anyway, it put out basically all of this summer from here up, which is like a bunch of really beautiful leaves all really close together. She's feeling really dusty, so I'm gonna have to dust her off. But anyway, I was always like not really a big fan of fiddle leaf figs, and then I got this one and I've really been on a journey with it. Like, it didn't really start out super happy with me. I got it actually for free in a plant swap, and it was about this tall. So there's been a lot going on, and it lost like all of its leaves and then like sort of started to rebuild, and it's just doing really well. Like, it has not been affected by being moved inside whatsoever. And this corner is kind of dark, but not really. I mean, this is a south window right here, so it gets like south exposure, but not like direct or anything like that. And it's been super happy. Like, again, it's the only one of my ficus that has not taken a total nosedive, which is really, really cool. This is my burgundy rubber tree, which is another ficus. And this one has always looked kind of wonky. Like, it's always had this like big gap right here. The gap did get bigger. It lost quite a few leaves, and this one looks like it's trying to leave as well. So anyway, it might actually have spider mites right now. I think I just noticed something that looks like spider mites. What do we think? Regular spider web or spider mites? That's something that I've had to struggle with a lot moving here is there's like a lot of spiders around, which I honestly don't care about spiders. Spider mites I don't like because it's not good for your plants. So I'm probably going to treat that just in case because honestly, you never know. It definitely could be spider mites, but I think that it's actually just spider webs. But just with the placement, I'm suspicious. So anyway, I have three other plants that I brought inside. I'm gonna go grab them. They're currently in the bathroom getting water, but that was like yesterday, so they should be drained by now. Okay, my most well-behaved ficus is my Ficus Ruby or Ficus, I don't remember what the actual name is. Anyway, it's a variegated one. And this one also has some webbing on it. And honestly, I cannot tell if it's spider mites or just spiders because these look so much like more wispy and large. And like spider mite webs are so much smaller and like finer. And I can't tell dust or like a spider mite residue. Okay, so I'm just gonna treat them all. But anyway, this one has not been affected really like at all from coming inside. Maybe it's lost like a leaf, but it really has not been that bad. These stakes did not do a very good job of staying up straight. As you can see, it's like curved. And also I totally recognize that the lighting is not incredible. I'm just happy to see the sun today, so I'm not going to complain or make a big deal out of it. So sorry if it's unpleasant for you guys. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad when I'm editing on the computer. But anyway, so yeah, this one is completely unaffected by being brought back inside. It usually is totally fine. Like I said, this is like my most well-behaved ficus. So I am gonna treat it for spider mites just in case, but I think that it'll be okay, even if it does have spider mites. Okay, Miss Ma'am, this is a, why am I blanking on the name? I think that this is dying. It's a Norfolk Island pine. I got it last year, and it's just really, really, really crunchy. Can you hear that? Yeah. I think that it's not well. Like there's some pieces that are really soft. These are known for being like really, really soft, but when they get spiky, that's when they're probably not as happy. And like a lot of this is spiky and like falling off. So I think that it's only a matter of time before it dies. Like I got it last Christmas time, so I've had it for like a year, but I think that it just has not enjoyed coming back inside. Unfortunately, I really wish that I could have like a huge Norfolk Island pine. I really tried, but like look at the bottom, not looking good. So I'm gonna see how it does like through the winter, but honestly, it might end up in the trash if like all of it gets crunchy because, you know, it would be dead. Like on pretty much every single branch, there's like crunchy bits. Like this is okay, but all of this is not. You know, it's just like, ooh, she is looking bad. But nothing could be worse than this. This is my Ficus altissima. No leaves whatsoever. And honestly, it's kind of like a joke now. Like I really don't want to throw it away because it's kind of funny, like how bad it is. And I'm curious to see if it will have anything come of this. But the tip was green and then now it's like a black color. So I think it's not good. I might just like chop this off and propagate it like wet stick style just to see what happens. Like stick it in cocoa peat and see if something happens and start it over from like a very tiny piece. But you know, I have no emotional attachment to this plant other than the fact that she and I have been on a journey and it's like kind of a inside joke with all of you now. Other than that, I just don't care about this plant and I've been waiting for it to die for literally years. So that's the update on that. And I want to next show you the state of the plant room. If you've been following along, you know that I'm I'm completely redoing this room. When I first moved in, I, set it all up. I made a video of that. I'll link that in the card so that you can watch like where it started. And then I don't think that I ever made a video of like the progression of the room, but I do have some Instagram photos of the progression that I've posted before. So you can like look back at my Instagram and find that. But currently there's lots of sunbeams coming in. So again, apologies for the lighting, but my plants are very happy to see the sun. So yeah, I'm not gonna cover that. But anyway, everything is like sort of back in here, but I had this room professionally painted. which was a terrible idea. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. I wasted a lot of money on that because the guy, he did an okay job, but it was definitely not any better than I would have done. And yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be like rude or whatever, but he did not do a good job. Like, there's lots of paint on the ground. He got paint on the doorknob. He didn't do a very good job like repairing some holes. Anyway, when you hire a professional, you'd hope for like really good service, or like, you know, for it to at least like look nice or feel like, oh yeah, I'm glad that I hired someone to do that. But I just like don't feel that way. So anyway, when he was in here painting, I had to take everything out. So my plants were kind of scattered all around the house. I had a lot of them in the bathroom with a grow light, and then like a few more on my kitchen counter. But it was really hard to have like my whole plant collection not in this room. Like, I really realized how much I rely on this room to have as many plants as I do, because when they were not in here, I was mortified. So yeah, sometimes I worry about myself. Like, if I had to move into a smaller place, like how would I handle it? What would I do? And without a shadow of a doubt, I would get rid of plants. And as I was like experiencing that, I knew exactly which ones I would want to get rid of if I needed to. So that was kind of nice to know that like I would be able to part with plants if I needed to. Like, there's definitely plants in here that I'm super attached to and would never get rid of. I mean, unless they died unexpectedly or something. But yeah, there's still a lot in here that I'm like, you know, I like it because it's pretty, but I know that I could replace it pretty easily. So anyway, that's kind of like the state of things. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see a little bit better. I've got 3 plants just sitting here. They're all thirsty right now, actually, so they need to be watered. But they're just kind of chilling here in the sun. I've got a cactus right here in the corner. I decided that I'm going to put this plant over here. This is my huge Adansonii tree. I literally have no idea why it is like so dark. What am I doing wrong? Maybe I need to get closer. Yeah, there she is. Anyway, I decided to put my, going back out. I decided to put my Adansonii tree in this corner here. Just because it'll get some western exposure and then just like fill up this entire corner, because honestly I had no idea where I was going to put it now that I knew that I was going to be having like storage units down here. So you can see I have some IKEA furniture lining the entire wall, and I did have to like customize it a little bit by like cutting off like 1.5 inches from the end, because unfortunately my measurements were 1.5 inches off. And yeah, so I had to like figure that out. Oh my gosh, a new leaf. This is my Anthurium. Ooh, why am I blanking on the name? Oh gosh, Balloanum, my Anthurium Balloanum. That's a new leaf that's coming out. That's super cute and exciting. I kind of forgot that it was putting out a new leaf. Anyway, that's cute. So yeah, I just like put a bunch of plants on this bench. And this bench is going to have a lot of plants on it in like the final form of this room, but they're going to be plants on planks. So they're gonna have like wood planks maybe going up to like here or so, and it'll be specific plants. I mean, some plants will definitely be here that won't have a plank, but the majority of this space will be reserved for plants on planks. And then I'm going to hang a ton up here. So this big mama also came from outside, and she has been just consistently putting out new leaves. Like, this is a new one right here. And there's spider webs all over this one too. And again, I don't really care because they eat the nasty things, and spiders don't bother me. Actually, when I was watering the Christmas tree yesterday, I saw a spider like crawling back up its web into the tree, and I was like, all right, sure. I mean, it has to be confusing for them. Like, these things are outside. Spiders live outside. These plants are inside. If the spider ends up inside, like, why wouldn't it go to a plant? That just makes sense, right? And honestly, I don't care. And, you know, I don't handle my plants enough to where it would be a hazard for me. So anyway, not that anybody like cares or is concerned. I'm sure that everybody can relate. Well, not everybody, but I'm sure that a lot of you can relate that like spiders are not the worst thing to be around my houseplants. Okay, so for this shelf, I get so many questions about this shelf. It is a Facebook Marketplace find that I found like years ago, so I can't link it. And like, obviously it's a vintage piece, so like I can't link vintage pieces. But there have been a lot of like remakes of stuff like this on Urban Outfitters. So if you don't want to like go through the trouble of finding one vintage, you could probably just buy it from Urban for like $300 or $400. I'll see if I can find anything to link. just in case you're interested. But I really want to make this like a display shelf for my favorite plants. My favorite plants that are small, at least. So there's a lot on it right now just because of the state of the room. It's not styled whatsoever. So I'm just excited to sort of play around with this and maybe switch it out more often, because honestly, I never switched out the plants on here. And I feel like a shelf is a really great way to like play with displaying plants. So I'm gonna try that. And then the last thing that I wanna update you on is just a like miniature greenhouse cabinet update, because there are some new leaves in there and I want to document them, because yeah, I decided also that I am not watering my Anthurium often enough, because I've seen some people water their Anthurium like way more often than I do. And that is just one of the good things about the online plant community, because I can sort of like watch what other people are doing and see if it's working for them before I do it for myself. And I hope that my channel will sort of be like that for you guys if you're ever interested in like making a change to your plant care routine. So first of all, should I turn off the fans? I think I'm gonna turn off the fans. Hold on. So if you're not familiar, I have a GoSund smart plug, and all you have to do is just come in here. I have my fans for these two bottom ones, so that's just turning off specific plugs. And then I have my lights on a timer, so they turn on every day at like 5 a.m. I think, and turn off at 7 p.m. And that all happens automatically, so I never have to worry about it. So I'd really suggest doing something like that. And I wanted something that I could use my phone for, so that I could like, I don't know, actually I've never tried doing it like away from my home, but it's just nice to be able to like do this, you know? So I'm gonna look in to see if it'll do it if I'm not home, like connected, but anyway, not the point of why I'm doing this. So this is a new Anthurium Doriaki leaf, which this is my favorite Anthurium that I have. I think I'm probably gonna take that back in like 3 seconds, but for right now, the Anthurium Doriaki is absolutely my favorite. It's so beautiful, and it just put out this new leaf. The old leaf started to deteriorate, and I was like, what the heck? And I don't really know why it happened. I feel like it could be because I wasn't watering it enough. So for that reason, I'm going to experiment with watering it more often, or at least just like checking on it more often to see if it does need water, because this last time I watered it way sooner than I thought I would need to. So I think that kind of just tells me that I've been letting it just dry out too much between waterings. This one's not really like doing anything. This is a crystallinum, so not that exciting. This right here is my black velvet alocasia, and this is a new leaf. It's actually one of the, no, it has put out other, I think this leaf was new in my care, but anyway. This one is just really beautiful. I love the dark color of that leaf. It is a little dirty from the last time I watered, but anyway, still really beautiful. And then this is a new Forgetii leaf. My Forgetii will put out new leaves relatively often, but they die off. Like when a new one comes, the old one will die, like that one back there. You can't even see it. But she's gonna die, which is really sad. So I'm trying to figure out a way to maintain the leaves for longer. And again, I think it is the watering. So hopefully this one doesn't die off. And also, this is a new leaf that came out after I accidentally broke off a growth point. So she is really resilient. And I'm so happy and proud of that, because I was really sad when I broke off the growth point. I honestly felt like a monster. But thankfully she recovered. This is a philodendron something that I got from a local nursery owner, and it's looking really good, and I'm excited to put this one on a plank because yeah, it's just like a beautiful upright philodendron, and it's like itching for something to climb on. So hopefully I'm able to get the plant room figured out soon so that I can get this on a plank as soon as possible to get some of those big leaves. And then this is my Hoya Obovata Splash. And it put out a leaf that was splash, but not variegated. But there's lots of other leaves coming about. And there was a growth point on this one too. You can see right there, I actually broke it off on accident. So it was gonna have a leaf or something, like a branch or something right there. But then I accidentally broke it off. It was really delicate and I touched it and I shouldn't have. But there's a growth point here. There's a growth point over there. So pretty much as soon as I put it in soil, it started taking off. So I don't know why I kept it in moss for so long. Like, it was just really silly of me. And I regret that, because it would probably be a lot further along if I put it in soil sooner, but what can you do? Live and learn. That's really all there is in here that's like new. Oh, we have a new Maharani leaf right here. And then this is going to be another Clarinervium leaf that's emerging. So that's exciting. These old leaves are definitely in their last couple of months, possibly weeks for this one. So I'm glad that it's putting out more new leaves. So it has these two right here, which are pretty solid. And this one, which is also solid, but just like misshapen, but it's a pretty solid leaf. So then we'll have 4 good leaves, which is really exciting. So it's probably like the best it's ever done. And then my regale is looking very beautiful, but somehow it got this damage and I don't know how, because it sits in this cabinet untouched. And I don't know why this happened, but it was when the leaf was hardening off. This stuff, oops, oops, I just cracked that open, but this stuff appeared, and I think it might have been, I don't know, maybe like some sort of not fungus, but like bacteria or something. I'm not sure, but if it puts out another leaf while this leaf still exists, I'm gonna be so stoked. And I'm kind of experimenting with this one, like watering it more often to see if that has been the reason it hasn't been very happy with me. But yeah, and then my Billy is alive and well. It hasn't put out a new growth point or anything, but it is seemingly very happy because it's like kind of facing itself up towards the light, which is good. Alrighty, my friends, that is going to be the end of this video. So I hope that you enjoyed a little catch up to see what the heck my plants are doing, my ficus, my greenhouse cabinet, the state of the plant room right now. I'm really hoping to have that makeover finished by the end of January. And it has to be that long of a timeline because I ordered some hardware for something special and it's not going to be arriving until like the last or second to last week of January, which is a bit of a bummer, but you know, these things happen. I should have planned ahead a little bit more, but hopefully that room will be done super soon and I can start like showing you what it looks like. I am doing like an entire video showing the process of redoing the room. So I kind of spoiled a few things today, but I feel like you deserve it. So thank you so much for following along. And I'm so excited for another year of doing PlantTube. I totally forgot to post a like happy birthday De La Plants video because this is actually my 3-year anniversary on YouTube. I started my YouTube channel on December 31st, 2018, so technically January 1st, 2019, and it was actually a New Year's resolution. I said to myself, if I do YouTube for a year and I don't like it, I can quit, but I have to do it for at least a year. And here I am 3 years later. I love YouTube. It's my full-time job, so obviously I really like it. And it's just so crazy to see how far my career with YouTube and social media and just houseplants in general has come over the last 3 years. Like, honestly, I think it's crazy to me that houseplants are such a new niche in social media world, and there's already people who have made this their career. Like, there's a few plant tubers who do this like full-time, more than a few. So that's just insane to me that we sort of like created this new thing on YouTube. Like YouTube, in my mind, like people who do YouTube full time are like beauty gurus and lifestyle vloggers, you know, like not people like me and other plant tubers who just like talk about plants all the time. But honestly, it makes sense. Like with the amount of people who love plants as much as we do, it makes sense. But I just think it's crazy that like this is just the beginning of this niche on YouTube, and like there's going to be so many creators to emerge from here on out. Like I already know a few people who recently started a YouTube channel. So definitely if you are itching to make a YouTube channel and you're like wanting to just make plant videos or make makeup videos or lifestyle videos or vlogs or whatever, I just want you to know that YouTube is never too saturated for more voices because nobody will say it like you will. So if you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, you'll have to feature your fungus gnats just like I do. I say do it, okay? So I don't know who needed to hear that, but if you want to do it, you should do it. Make it your New Year's resolution and stick to it for a year. And if you hate it, you can quit, but you did it at least for a year. So that is my challenge to you. Even if it's something else, like what are your New Year's resolutions, you guys? Do you do that? Let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this far, tell me your New Year's resolution. And if you don't want to, just say Happy New Year so that I know that you watched to the end. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Wait, if I'm asking you to share your New Year's resolutions, should I share mine? I don't feel like I know mine at this point, but I did sign up for the gym for a year. I mean, I had a membership before, but I signed up for another year, so I'm kind of like, wow, I really have to go. But other than that, like, I've got some career goals and some personal goals, so let me know if you are interested in seeing that. I might just put it on Instagram, so make sure you're following me on Instagram. Okay, I will see you guys later. Bye.